Okay, jumpers with weaves from Saturday, November 30th. Your start line stay is improving, so that's good. Whatever you're doing is working. She's really a good dog. You have a lot of fun with her. Okay. So we'll slow it down here. Doing good. You're able to get past the first jump. That's awesome. And she's releasing when you're releasing her. So, let's see. Your cross was late, but it's hard because you kind of probably really needed to be a little bit farther ahead. But see how your right arm is up? You probably could have your left arm up for sure now. You're starting to bring it up now. But see, now you're just putting it up and she's lifting off. So you could have cued that earlier by doing how you look right now, but by doing that when you were back even with that green jump. And she was still like a stride out before she was going to lift off, because now she's lifting off and she can't do anything about where she's going to land or anything. She's just got to take the jump in full extension and take it straight. So that's what happened there. But your position of your front cross was really nice where you were between those two jumps. So that's good. And that's just a hard, you were out of place, and by the time she landed there, it was hard for her to get back on the right track. That was a pretty nice blind cross. Could have been like a smidge sooner, but it was good. It was really good, and she read it well. So wait, now let's go back and see what happened here. So one thing about blind crosses is that they cue extension, right? So, and that's fine. You just have to keep that in mind. So here you do a blind cross, but then you're going to immediately do a turn. And that's fine, because you don't want her to be really collected over this jump, right? I mean, she's got to come out and go this way. So it's not like you want her to be really collected there. You just have to be aware that when you do a blind cross, you're going to cue extension for the next obstacle. So here you're pulling away laterally, but again, look, you're doing it at the same time that she's lifting off. So she can't do anything about her jumping effort. But you're pulling away, it's just a little bit too late. So she could have probably made if you had done your, if you had pulled this way like a little bit sooner before she was lifting off, her path over this jump probably could have been more like this. So, I mean, she read it and she's coming and everything, but it's just because your lateral motion was so late, she jumped straight and then had to turn. And then you're kind of waiting for her, and that's fine. That all looks nice. She's really a nice weaving dog, too. Those 2x2s, that's an amazing method. Okay, that was a nicely timed cross at the end of those. So, okay, what happened here? So, first of all, you're cueing it with your outside arm, which is a no-no. Well, for me and the system I follow, it's a no-no. You would only use your outside arm on a rear cross like that if you're doing a rear cross in the flat, and you're not doing a rear cross in the flat. So you would still send her forward with your inside arm when you're doing a rear cross, and then change arms after the cross is completed. So she's coming. and you're even with her, which is a perfect situation for a send. But look at your body. So you've got your outside arm up, and because your outside arm up, your shoulders are facing her just a little tiny bit, and you're looking right at her. So you're giving her 3 turning cues when you should be giving her more forward cues so she can go on ahead of you. So she kind of goes, but she puts the brakes on, and she's like, oh, look, are we doing a front cross? Because look at how you look right now. And you're even starting to move this way just a little tiny bit. So she was a really good dog there in doing that. So you just needed to do exactly what you did, except use your inside arm, and I think it all would have been fine, because if you use your inside arm, your shoulders would have stayed straight, and I think she would have gone forward to that just fine. And where you're crossing between these jumps is perfect. You just had the wrong arm up. And then you get a hustle and do a really late blind cross, which you probably know that. You probably don't need me to tell you that. But looking at how far ahead you are and how you're moving this way, and you're also accelerating, so she's reading all of that, you probably could have changed sides right here. Like, well, you probably could have done it when because look, she's already committed, and it's impossible to see really when you're running your dog. But if you're running this forward and you're accelerating and everything, she's going to take that jump. So you probably could have changed sides, way back here. Yay, Gemma. That was good, though.